1974, the Washington Capitals are the 2018 Stanley Cup champions.
Don't like that. I like that.
You gotta like that, right?
Despite all this, despite the churn, my approval ratings keep going up.
We are ready to give our 500% support back to this franchise, back to this city, back to this team after Snyder leaves. And then this is the poo-poo you put on the field.
For the very first time, the Washington Mystics are WNBA champions.
The Washington Commanders select Jaden Daniels.
I'm going to support fake teams that can't ruin my life.
Did you call bank? I call game.
Thank you. Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
Hello, one, hello, all. Episode 369, Defeating the Curse podcast. My name is Joe, FP on mic 2, Andy on mic 3. It's kind of sad day, boys. I gotta be honest. We're nearing the end of the football season. There is exactly one game left on the schedule. There are exactly 2 games that we need to talk through from yesterday as we are recording this. The NFL coaching carousel continues to be wild. We'll probably touch on that as well. Yesterday, based on Matt Stafford's performance, I threw together an impromptu all-time GOAT QB list that I'd like to get some thoughts on if you guys don't mind. And then it's also, it's the 6-year anniversary of Kobe Bryant's passing, Kobe and Gigi's passing. This is, it's kind of crazy to think how much has changed in the world over the last 6 years. If anybody recalls, 2020, Kobe passed away, and then very shortly thereafter, COVID started. Like, that's how far away or how far back that goes. So a lot of topics we're going to get into here. I guess we start with the AFC and the NFC games, boys, if that's okay. We'll just take them in the order that they were played out. Patriots are at the Broncos. It was not the best game, I think, is probably the only thing to say. Patriots managed 3 offensive points, if I'm not mistaken, but they punched their ticket to the Super Bowl. Who's going to argue with that? I mean, they did it. Are you?
Such a cupcake schedule.
I mean, we're 2 minutes in, and I know.
Bad. It's like they've had no tests all season, including the playoffs. Everything has broken their way. Drake May is not like he's a good QB. He is not the reason this team is in the Super Bowl. That's all I'll say.
He's not the reason they are going to the Super Bowl. I think I will disagree with that statement. Andy, do you see it the same way? I know no one's excited about this team going to the Super Bowl, but I mean, they are deserving, no?
No, they're not.
No.
Really?
I don't think so. I mean, their record on paper, they won more games than anybody else in the AFC, or they tied, whatever. But FP's right. They played nobody all season, and let's go over their playoff run.
I mean,
the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
Justin Herbert with no O-line or weapons.
Okay.
Who'd they play second?
The Texans. CJ Stroud throwing up the ball 5 times.
Yeah.
And then third, Denver with no Bo Nix. Like, their
in a snow
schedules,
game where their jerseys matched.
Okay.
Like, everything broke their way.
As much as I hate Seattle.
Hold on. FP, they lost because their uniforms were.
They won.
They won because what?
No.
What?
I'm just.
What?
It's just the annoyingness of the Patriots. Like that game was crazy because of how fast the snow came in and completely flipped that game on its head. Right.
Yes.
And Sean Payton is the reason the Broncos aren't in the Super Bowl right now. 100%. It doesn't matter. Jarrett Stidham doesn't matter. It's because he didn't go for a chip-in field goal to go up by 10.
Yes, admittedly, I think that was the single. Yes, I agree with that. I think it's hard to take anything away, for me anyway, from the Broncos. You can't win this late into the season without your stud, or not even a stud, without your actual starting quarterback under center. It's going to be really hard. Now,
Jarrett Stidham, he had the ability. They kind of
maybe
caged him a little bit. They were playing scared.
Well, I would say he also outplayed Drake May. I mean,
Yes,
like
which
at
is
the
not
end,
hard to do.
No, I mean, just to keep it based on stats and not just eyeball test, Stidham went 17 of 31 for 133, a touchdown and an interception. By comparison, Drake May went 10 of 21 for, 86 yards. I mean, he only threw the ball for 86 yards. Now, he added 65 on the ground, right? So they managed 3 offensive points, 3. And that turned out to be enough, right? I mean, and I think, they've had an incredible run. And I said something in the offline chat, and I'm going to reiterate it here. We as Commanders fans cannot cheer for the Patriots to win the Super Bowl. We also can't cheer for the Seahawks. But the amount of pressure that gets added to JD5's shoulders if Drake wins this is tremendous.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I think
how do you not
think this because Jaden Daniels already won some playoff games, right? And it didn't break our way. But I think the narrative needs to be not Jaden versus Caleb versus Nix versus May. The narrative has to be, this might be one of the greatest QB classes to ever come out.
God, you're such a homer. Okay.
No, I'm saying for all four of those QBs.
Forever linked.
Forget Penix and forget JJ McCarthy. Those 4 guys.
Well, McCarthy's flashed.
No.
Twice.
But those 4 guys within the first 2 years have more playoff wins collectively than like the last.
Than the Darnold class.
Than the last like 4 QB classes that came out. The Darnold class, when we get into the Seahawks game, that's insane because Darnold being the first one out of his class to make the Super Bowl, nobody saw that happening.
Yeah, I mean,
but the narrative can't be who do we root for and Caleb and pressure on Jaden and blah, blah, blah. It should just be, listen, this is a really good QB class. Thank God we sucked when we sucked to be able to get one of these QBs.
I mean, look, I don't hate the take. I got to be honest. Like, I don't hate the take. I didn't have that kind of take coming from you, but I still think there will be pressure, right? I mean, they were drafted together. They will inevitably be compared together.
I don't think there's pressure. We have this like complex anxiety of like, we've never had the hot girl at the dance, and we have one. We're good.
Right.
We don't need to look at the other girls. Like, we're fine.
But we're always looking, anxiety. Andy. That's the point. No. You're always looking.
No, but Andy's right. We rolled up to the dance with a smoke show on our arm. We're popular.
This right? Analogy has some legs, actually. Yeah, keep going. Going.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, is my girlfriend hotter than your girlfriend? It's like, hey, we both got good dates. Good job, us.
Yeah, but you want to have the hottest of girlfriends.
Yeah, but the debate isn't.
It's varying degrees of hotness.
Who is the hottest? It is currently they are all very hot.
Yes. I can accept.
You can cut and slice statistics and wins and performances
up
and down.
Yes, that's all. Right? That's a very valid point. And yes, we are still in a lucky position, right, to have one of these top 4 who are all performing, right? And I think McCarthy will be okay. I haven't seen enough out of Penix to say yes or no up to this point. That being said, they did obviously have the easiest strength of schedule ever of any Super Bowl contender at this point, right? Of any team to ever qualify to play in a Super Bowl, they had the easiest schedule. And to Andy's point, they have played no one in the playoffs as well, right? So they did get every break, every matchup, kind of in their favor, so to speak. And they got the Broncos without their starting quarterback, and I don't know what Peyton was doing. Like I don't honestly. I don't
break his ankle partying in the locker room.
So
did you guys hear that?
I wasn't going to bring this up, but now that you have, I guess we just talk about it for a second. It appears to be that Bo did not actually get injured on the field because everybody was struggling to find the play that would have potentially been the play because he was walking around on the field pretty much fine, and there's a lot of fan footage of him leaving the field without assistance as well. We don't know that he's hurt until he's sitting on the ground outside of the locker room. Like there's a shot with his dad and whoever. There's a couple people in the photo. It was taken by I think by his girlfriend or his wife or whatever. So yes, there is the rumor now that is breaking that it seems to be credible that he actually injured his foot on the way to the locker room celebrating, not on the field.
I mean, that's just a bad break. For him. I mean, it sucks.
Well, it sucks for him either way because he wasn't able to play in it. But if the Broncos are trying to cover something up here, and this is more of a Peyton problem, if Sean Payton's trying to make sure that he gets compensated for injuring himself while playing as opposed to off the field, or just trying to make it look like it happened during the game and not stupidly celebrating, a la Martin Gramatica once upon a time celebrating a field goal, if you remember, and injured himself.
Mm-hmm.
Even Gus Frerotte once a bunch, head butted a wall. There's a whole bunch of those, right? Like there's a bunch of those. D'Angelo Hall hurt himself, apparently sliding around his house in his kitchen or whatever in his socks. Like these things happen. I get it. But we were told that he was injured on the field, and for a week and a half, nobody's been able to find any footage of him being injured on the field.
Yeah, it's just a stupid thing to bring onto the team. Just be like, he got hurt, move on, but don't add the lie.
The weather, I think, did obviously factor in as well. I mean, as somebody watching the game on TV, I very much enjoyed the weather. Like it's, we saw
snow games are beautiful.
We had one of those in Cleveland last year. Remember where it was a Thursday night game, and at the start of the game it was clear and cold, and as the game progressed, they started doing now I will say though, CBS, that superimposed like graphical representation of the field on top of it,
the CGI
is really bad. Like half the players are disappearing.
Made disappearing players, and then you couple that with they're the only channel that doesn't give you 4K.
I mean, you were really
why. And then Tony Romo might be the most insufferable,
but
unprepared, terrible commentator.
He hasn't always been bad though. This seems to be a new thing.
He was good at the start because you got like his QB knowledge, and he was hitting on a lot of the things that he would call preemptively. But he almost took that and stopped preparing. So he would be in these broadcasts and he just makes his weird, I don't know, Jim, and like weird sounds and doesn't really give anything to it. When on the flip side, like Tom Brady started really, really rough. And then Tom Brady switched and like started preparing for his announcement gigs the way he would prepare as if he were playing. And the insight you're getting from Tom Brady now is it's worth the $500 million contract or whatever, because he's actually giving you really good insight.
I agree with you. I think CBS annoys me with their Blazers. Like the CBS Blazer drives me a little annoying, but we're getting to a point, and Peacock announced this earlier in the season, where Peacock will have an alternate feed starting next season for Sunday Night Football, where you get the crowd and no announcers.
Yeah, Peacock exclusive, not NBC.
Yes, and it's going to be interesting to see. Like Amazon did something similar with their Thursday night broadcast, the All 22 view.
Mm-hmm.
I actually love that. I love the way Amazon presents on Thursday, the non-traditional way where it's basically the Madden view, and they've got these highlights. They're putting some statistics up based on AWS says that this is going to be a blitz. Look for this person to blitz. I actually really like that. Those are insights that you're getting in near real time before the ball is actually snapped. I'm curious to see what Peacock does with this too, because there are some announcers that are more insufferable than others, but I just want to hear the fans, and yesterday I couldn't escape that thought. Like CBS with the superimposed field, with Romo not just being quiet, just let me hear the field, man. Like just let me be in the moment.
Like if you fast forward to the Seahawks game, that crowd was insane, to the point where I remember it was right around the muffed punt for Rams Seahawks. I was upstairs grabbing like chips or something, and it sounded like my TV broke because of how loud the crowd noise was when that play happened. And it was like, that's like, it's almost like if you give me just that and it can feel like I'm at the game without commentators, like that's a great thing. Like
it also felt like Fox made an attempt to not talk as much during the broadcast. Everybody's watching these games, right? So like I'm sure Brady is watching Romo call the early game, right? They're watching the games. I just feel like somebody like in the producer room just said, "Hey, we're gonna let this breathe a little bit more." Like
I respect.
Which I do too.
It used to be.
Just let it breathe. Just let it.
That's what it used to be in the golden age, the 70s, 80s, 90s of commentary. It wasn't this incessant need to talk and talk and talk and talk.
Well, and the dumbing down of the sport also drives me nuts, right? And this isn't so much like a Romo or a Nance comment or even a Brady. Like there are some that do it better than others, but the incessant need to explain everything is really problematic to me, right? Like you're like the least common denominator during a normal football game, like a random game in week 6. There's more fans watching those games. That's my opinion, right? As we get closer to the Super Bowl, you get more of this watered down commentary because you're picking up all the normie eyeballs, right? You're picking up all the all the casuals that will just tune in for the big events, or I'm
they
here
don't
for
know
the commercials
teams that they're watching.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like I stand by this comment, right? The Super Wild Card weekend is a great weekend of football. The weekend after it, right, when you get down to that final 8, the final, like those 4 games, that's the best weekend of football. Right? It's these are teams that belong, everybody's locked in. It's awesome, and now we're basically down to 1 game. So it's kind of, like the end is near here. And FP, you were talking last week, I think, or Andy, I don't remember who said it. Like, you're ready for football season to end and kind of transition into other stuff. It's been a good season, but like there's a little bit of football fatigue at this point too. Like that extra game, the extra eyeballs, the incessant talking, and I'm sure part of that too has to do with us as our hometown team not playing for the last month has a big part of that as well. This time last year, we were 1 game removed from the season, whereas now we're, 3.5 weeks removed.
You know what else is problematic for me? Is what the hell is a catch?
Oh, hey, that's my guy.
Bring the heat on this
one. Finally,
just talking about
somebody's with me
that annoy you watching football. I'm just like that Cooper Kupp play. Why was that a catch? And the Isaiah Likely one, during the regular season, why wasn't that a catch?
Can't tell you, baby. Can't tell you. The league can't either, by the way.
And that's another problem with the nonstop commentaries. You keep bringing in all these old ass refs or previous refs, and they're like, "It was a catch. It wasn't a catch. It was a catch. It wasn't a catch. According to the rule, it's this. According to the rule, it's this." And it's all the same damn play.
Andy, I can't answer your question. I don't know what a catch is.
I can't get. I don't understand. The Rams should have. That was a stop. The Rams stopped them according to the Isaiah Likely play, where he caught the ball, took 2 steps,
3 actually for him.
The defender was sitting there flailing at his arm, and eventually knocked the ball out. How is that?
Same thing with the Bills game. It goes.
Yes.
You could almost pick any game this season. You could probably find a catch that's debatable at this point.
But the NFL has to fix this. I mean, does anyone disagree? They have to be consistent in what they call a catch. It was more egregious last week.
Rule.
Yeah, for sure. It was more egregious last week when we had on back-to-back days, the non-catch or the catch become an interception and then the non-catch become a catch. But you're right. There's probably one of these every single week that goes, either unchallenged or uncorrected. But this is a real problem for the NFL. It just is. Now, it didn't. We can talk about the Seahawks game. I mean, this was, to me, obviously the game that we were most excited about. As locals, I can never cheer for the Seahawks, although I am excited to see how fast they were able to rebuild that team with with a new coach and basically all new parts. They're back into the Super Bowl. Darnold is always going to be hit or miss in my book. I mean, you can't separate him from the very terrible years with the Jets. But look, he's going to be playing in a Super Bowl in 13 days.
The thing with Darnold that's amazing is he's on the precipice of closing like the biggest full circle turnaround in NFL history, where the game that everyone was like, this guy doesn't have it. The I'm Seeing Ghosts game was like a 33-0 ass whooping by the Patriots, right? Like they crushed him with that defense. I'm seeing ghosts. And then that's when his narrative just plummeted, right? Now, if he comes out and he plays the way he played against the Rams, against that Patriots defense, he completely changes the narrative. He probably, if he plays the same way,
you don't think he's changed it? You don't think he's changed it already?
I think the Rams game absolutely did. Before that, it was, can he do the
prove
big
it.
game?
You got to prove
the
it.
Big game. And then the other one is the Vikings got rid of him after a 14-win season because he couldn't beat the Rams in the playoffs. So he just did that. So he's on like an incredible turnaround journey. And listen, the Seahawks are going to buzzsaw through the Patriots. This isn't a game. Buzzsaw right through.
So your gut reaction 13 days out is Seahawks big.
Absolutely, like decimating the Patriots.
Andy, you're on the same page?
I'm with FP. I don't even think the Patriots defense can compete. They're the ones that kind of kept them in the game, obviously, while their offense kind of sputtered throughout the season, throughout the playoffs. But what I saw yesterday from the Seahawks against the Rams defense,
yeah,
I mean, They have it on both ends too. They're gonna completely destroy the Patriots offense.
Yeah,
That
Drake May
defense
doesn't
is
have
lights
he
out.
doesn't have it. He doesn't have it to go against that Seahawks defense.
Well, I don't know if I don't know if I fully accept that, because he has at times this season shown he can go for 4 or 5 touchdowns. He can't. Right? We've seen from Diggs and Booty that they can get and make big passes down the field.
Bring up their scores the last 5 games.
Yeah, they're not good. I mean, I was looking at their box
barely
scores.
Cracking 2.5 scores.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks-Rams game, I think by most accounts, once news that Nick's was out, became basically whoever wins this game gets. It doesn't matter who they face in the Super Bowl. That's the team that's going to win.
AFC is losing, yes.
Yeah, this is an NFC. The NFC Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game will decide the winner of the Super Bowl, essentially, right? Like, this is how good these two teams are over the rest. I mean, for weeks on end, we were doing top 5 rankings. The Rams and Seahawks were always flirting with something in the top 5. The Patriots eventually came into the mix, and there was always the asterisk of strength of schedule. Who have they actually beat? You know, there was always some reason to include them, or keep them just outside that top 5. Whereas the Seahawks, for basically the second half of the season, were in that conversation every single week, and the Rams too. Now, that being said, I was cheering hard for the Rams, and I think, and I said this during, in the offline chat, I think Matt Stafford belongs in the greatest of all time conversation. No one is going to be above Brady. I would think it would be very reckless to put anyone above Brady. He's done it the best that anyone has ever done it. However, when you look at the rest of the list of quarterbacks that most people consider to be top 5 or even top 10, Stafford belongs no lower than 3, in my opinion.
What is it based on? Wins?
Well,
stats,
right now it's based on
what's it based
it's based on the Joe Eyeball test, Andy. So I'm going by the Joe Eyeball test, right? This is if hand him the ball, and he can win start to finish. He can lead a fourth quarter or, drive to win a game if necessary.
He's the best at it.
He's clutch, and he's been doing it for a long time, right? Manning belongs. Peyton Manning, that is, belongs in this club. But I think Stafford is better than Peyton was. I can't get my brain off of how good Matt Stafford has been good, even with the worst of the worst Lions teams. He was good.
I don't think you can put him ahead of Peyton just because of how, Tom Brady removed. Peyton and Stafford are both probably the most surgical QBs you've seen in a very long time. Probably all time ever between Manning and Stafford when it comes to the surgical, just slicing up defenses and making the plays that need to be made. Peyton, his numbers are just astronomical, right? And the way he would take an offense and lead them, it was never they were never in a position to lose off a heartbreak, missed field goal or something like that.
But
when Peyton was playing,
but Peyton didn't have
fire,
but Peyton never had. I mean, early in his career, you would say certainly he had a big arm, but Peyton was usually known for being an accurate arm.
Right.
He was never the big arm guy. He was the accurate arm guy.
He was surgical.
To your
he knew
point,
exactly where to place it.
Stafford is both.
He's both. More so surgical now than big arm, even though he still has it.
He still has it.
I would say Stafford can be top 4, and I would flirt
top
with
4.
I would flirt if he's better or worse than Breeze.
I'm going to give you my list. Hold on, I'm going to give you my list.
I don't think you can put anyone over Peyton. It's Tom Brady and it's Peyton, period.
Well, okay, I'm going to give you my list. You tell me where I'm totally off here, okay? Brady is 1, and I don't think anyone challenges that. I've got Stafford at 2. I've got Mahomes at 3. Peyton at 4. Montana at 5. Breeze at 6. Elway at 7. Marino at 8. Steve Young at 9. And Warren Moon at 10. And then the next group down, and I thought about maybe Favre over Young, maybe. Favre is Favre is a prototypical, there's a lot of guys that are compared to Favre. Rodgers I don't know if Rodgers even belongs in that top 10.
He does.
Does Russell Wilson? Does Russell Wilson belong in that top 10?
Prime Russell Wilson with the moon ball and his escapability could be, yeah.
Randall Cunningham.
But Wilson also tarnished himself, right? So I think.
Well, I'm trying to keep it strictly to football, right? Hand him a football and
that's what I'm saying. But if you're looking at Russell Wilson right now,
yeah,
his career ended.
What I found really interesting as I was sitting there kind of making this list, when you think about like the top 10 all time in like basketball, right? Like really think about it. You're gonna have the same names in most cases on that top 10 list in just varying orders. I think with football, you actually have a potential for a higher variance in who's included. Like I think some people are going to put Sammy Baugh in there, right? I can't put any of the old timers in because the sport is completely different.
Yeah.
Right. It's the same for me when we talk about the NBA. Like I can't put Wilt in a top 10 list when he was 3 feet taller than everybody.
Right.
I can't put Kareem on a top 5 list. I can't do it.
You can't include Johnny Unitas. You can't include Sammy Baugh. You can't include some of those people. But like, you could probably still include Bradshaw, right?
Well, I don't think so. I don't think so. You think you could put Terry? You think you put Terry Bradshaw on an NFL team today, and he's who he was then?
Prime Terry Bradshaw.
Statistically, he's the same.
It depends on what statistics we're looking at.
But this is exactly my point. If you take Kirk Cousins right now and drop
eyeball test, that's why I'm not participating.
If you took Kirk right now and dropped him into the NFL in the 1980s, he's the best quarterback to ever play.
Fair,
right? If you take Kobe, right, R.I.P., and you drop him into the 70s, he's untouchable. Like,
I mean, you put Kobe, but the thing is, you put Kobe right now, he's untouchable.
But that's what makes him. That's what I'm saying, right? Like he's beyond an era, a specific era. But
okay, so if you're gonna say beyond an era,
like Stafford could play in any era of the NFL.
Yeah, but so could Aaron Rodgers.
Well,
so could Eli Manning. So could Phillip Rivers.
I mean, Eli is the one that I always struggle with, but
Eli you remove for the same reason you remove Russell. They're attached to defenses that help them get the win, and that. I mean,
but why isn't Stafford considered, in that upper tier of quarterbacks?
Well, that's what I told you. Had the Rams beaten the Seahawks and he got to the Super Bowl and he got another win
and retired on stage,
and he has the MVP that comes with it this season,
okay,
he's probably solid in a top 4.
Okay. I mean,
I think the top 4, if you're going to include him in that top 4, I think that top 4 is undisputed from records to Super Bowls to MVP.
So he's in your top 4.
To statistics, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. He might be 4.
Are you sure?
I think Breeze still edges him out.
Well, Breeze has 1 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All right. So. Okay. I mean, let on the game itself proper. I mean, it was the better of the 2 games for sure. And the Rams, there were long stretches where I think it was Andy said like the Rams have no interest in actually winning this game. Or somebody said it, and it resonated with me. Like they went long stretches of the game seemingly not engaged. I mean, McVay engaged all the time. That guy is Sean McVay might go down as the best coach of all time in the end.
I don't think it was not engaged. I think it was adjusting on the fly. I think it was they figured out how to get the run game working. Blake Corum and Kyron kind of started getting more chunk yard plays, and they're figuring out the defense in real time. And I think that's what we saw. And then towards the end of that game, into the start of the third quarter, that's what gave you the offensive explosion that ended that game, right? So I don't think they were disinterested. I think what sucks for the Rams, and this goes back to the regular season, is it's like 3 pivotal special teams blunders is what cost them the 1 seed. It's probably what cost them the Super Bowl. It's probably what's costing them the entire season. Missed field goals to knock them out of had they beat the Eagles, they would have stayed secured in the 1. Had they made an extra point, they probably
think about that. The Seahawks play. Was it the second to last week of the season? The 2-point conversion, the weird 2-point if that goes the other way, they're the 1 seed,
right?
And Seattle's going to LA.
Yep.
maybe it plays out a little differently in that.
And then a muffed punt in the championship game is a dagger.
Yeah,
because you do have one of the best QBs of all time with, like you said, one of the best coaches of all time with weapons
everywhere.
Like like the way they constructed that team for a team that won the Super Bowl on the words of F them picks, and they sacrificed everything, all their first round picks over and over and over and over again to build again and to hit on the draft picks again and to rebuild. And you lose Aaron Donald, but then you get Jared Verse and you kind of redo the entire defense all over again.
They went from average team to Super Bowl contender, exactly as you said, by trading away picks, going all in on the Jalen Ramseys, and just bring every stud that wants to play here. We're gonna go get it.
Right, starting with Stafford, yeah.
And they won.
Yes.
And then they flirted with getting back again, didn't make it. Then they tore it down and rebuilt it, which is what now we're seeing the tail end of that cycle.
Right. And then you hit on Kyron, you hit on Puka, you hit on Blake Corum.
I mean, Puka's insane. Puka, and then you just casually add a Devonta Adams in free agency.
Exactly.
It actually, my heart was breaking for him too. He was quite upset. He was quite upset.
That's the closest he's going to get. I don't know if the Rams run it back with this squad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they might. I mean, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Andy, what are you're blowing up the chat? What are you putting in here? What is this?
No, there's a lot of top 10 quarterbacks you guys missed.
Who did I miss?
Unitas.
Yeah, I told you I'm not putting any of the old timers in that never played against a Tampa 2. No way.
So you got era bias.
Yeah, I have era bias because the current era is better than the previous era. Yes.
This goes back to like the NBA thing. All right, yeah,
100%.
Well, you could say better, but not better because those are also QBs that could get demolished.
Yeah, Dan Marino's not going to stand in the pocket for 7 seconds to complete every pass the way he did in the 80s. But
if Tom Brady or Peyton Manning were getting hit the way Brett Favre and Dan Marino and John Elway were getting hit,
I mean, that's fair.
The records that they have.
That's totally fair, 100%. But the modern quarterbacks are all. Yeah, you're right, because the modern quarterbacks are aided by endless pass interference calls that go, kind of go their
passer, roughing the passer. Every call is offensively geared.
But like I'm looking at Andy's list: Bart Starr, Roger Staubach, John Elway. I mean, yes, late career peak for sure, right? I mean, and he was a quarterback who could literally did it all. Honestly, someone like Aikman only did it for 3 years, and that's ultimately why I think people don't consider him in this class, because his time at the top was very short by comparison. But Brett Favre, by the same metric, belongs because he did it for a decade and a half at a very elite level before he punted his career away.
But then you could also is Mahomes going to have sustained success after his injury, and what happens with that?
I think Mahomes belongs because of the quality of the run they went on for basically the last decade. It's second only to Brady. It's second only to Brady.
So are we talking about 2000 and up quarterbacks?
No, I mean, find me somebody.
2000 and later.
No, I think Steve Young is not a 2000s quarterback, right? I mean, he would be late
the
90s.
Madden era.
Yeah, I mean, you would really
1995.
Yeah, a Randall Cunningham is if we ask this question of Pete from Philly, he's going to put McNabb and Cunningham probably in his top 15.
No, McNabb for no way should he be in there.
I mean, if you it's the same thing. If you drop McNabb into the previous era, he's not a stud. Of course he is.
I feel like you should immediately get removed if you go to a different team and you poo-poo all over the place. McNabb to the Skins, Russ to anywhere. If Eli Manning went anywhere besides the Giants,
he would tarnish his legacy a little bit.
Does he have? if Phillip Rivers went to the Giants, I was about
to say, what about Phillip Rivers?
Yeah.
Well, but Brady switched teams. I mean, I guess he won.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's why Brady's all the way at the top. Peyton switched teams all the way at the top.
Yeah. I mean, Peyton, I'm not going to argue if you want to put Peyton over Stafford. I think Stafford is, God, it pains me to say it because I know I'm going to get ridiculed for it. But if I could only have one of them to build around, I'm taking Stafford.
Yeah, but that's recency bias. That's because you just saw an MVP season.
I don't know actually. I don't think so.
I mean, Peyton's Super Bowl run with the Broncos when he had the touchdown passing record before Brady took it. if you were having this conversation right then, nobody's over Peyton. Even Tom Brady's probably not over Peyton.
Yeah, but Peyton couldn't beat Tom Brady consistently, right? And I'm struggling to find like who has Stafford not been able to get over on? Like who's blocked Stafford from, who's beat him consistently? Aaron?
Yeah,
maybe
Aaron.
Maybe
the Detroit days.
Yeah. I mean, any other thoughts on that game, boys? I mean, it was the game of the weekend. It was extremely enjoyable. Obviously, I wanted the Rams so badly to win that game for McVay, for Stafford, like just for the story element, right? I mean, the Seahawks, I can't cheer for them.
I'm gonna take this line from LP. He told me in the offline chat. He's actually like a undercover Seahawks fan, and I think it's just because work takes him. I think it's because work takes him to Seattle so often that he can see like the 12s is annoying, right? I hate the 12s. The trophy presentation.
Are you sure it's annoying?
Game,
how many times did they mention the 12s?
That was the trophy presentation at the end. And they're like the 12s and the 12s and the 12s. Like shut up. Well, every team has fans. We get it. but LP is like LP in like the last month, he was in Seattle. He was in Boston. He was like, Boston, for whatever reason, it looked like they didn't give two craps that they were in the championship game, right? Like the fan base did not care. Seattle, but bleeds Seahawk green and pale blue. I don't know what the hell their colors are.
Okay.
Ocean blue. but they that is their identity, right? And so it's annoying, but like, it's kind of nice to see a city rally behind their team that strong. It's it's a la Kansas City, and annoyingly it's a la Philly. Like it's one of those fan bases. You can't hate it because we would kill to have that.
Yeah. I wanted. Yeah, I mean, I still hate them. Like as a Skins fan, I can't cheer for them.
I mean, I'm 1,000% rooting that they fall off a cliff and they lose Clint Kubiak and the offense struggles and Sam Darnold looks like he belongs.
I mean, I'm not wishing ill upon them like that, but
I'm 100% rooting for that next season.
But like in my heart of hearts, right? They played the better game on Sunday. Yes. They won, and they're the
more complete team.
They are.
Defensively, they're the more complete team.
I don't know. The Rams played some killer defense too.
I know, but
in the end,
every layer of that Seahawks defense.
I mean, the muffed punt that basically gave the game away. Did you watch that play on replay? Did you see who was supposed to be downfield blocking and wasn't doing his job?
Who?
No, Forbes did fine.
No, he did not. No, he did not. Emmanuel Forbes.
First of all, the punt returner called a fair catch, and when Forbes saw that, he stopped. He let go.
Except you practice this, you never stop running for this exact scenario.
I get that.
Right? Yeah. Like if Forbes, I mean, it's not to say Forbes would have recovered the ball, but he was 10 yards away because he stopped.
And I always thought that. I get it. Again, I know what you're trying to do, but it's not.
I'm not trying. I'm not putting it on him.
And the gunners always get past those blockers, and every single punt you see those gunners going past.
I'm okay with the Forbes state, especially
I'm not
when you
saying,
contrast it to Gonzalez game-sealing interception on the other game.
Yeah, Andy, I'm not saying it's his fault, but he didn't finish the play, and like it's all speculation. But if he's close by and the ball bounces directly in front of him, can he fall on top of it? Can the Rams retain it? Like that was the game, right? Like that's all I'm saying. He didn't finish the play. So, McVay, and I just last comment on this. McVay is proving to be the biggest swing and miss, or biggest miss in general, or non-swing and miss in the history of our franchise here. This guy was in your building.
Yeah, but revisionist history. Nobody knew that he was going to be this.
Well,
because 31 other teams missed on it too.
You're right, but I think in hindsight, this is why you promote someone like David Blau. Because if you have him in the building, you cannot lose him.
I agree.
For nothing to someone outside.
I agree. Because imagine we're 5 weeks into next season, how insufferable you would sound if Blau was on the Lions and calling the most majestic, insane,
and they're averaging 60
game-changing
points.
offense we've seen it'd be terrible.
Yeah, I mean, but listen, the reality. So you've both got the Seahawks winning pretty handily in the Super Bowl. I think next week we'll do like a proper preview. We'll see if we can
35-10.
He's already got the score locked in. I want to, for the sake of the sport, I hope the Patriots can put up a fight. I don't know where it comes from though. They would. I don't think they can manufacture. I don't think the Patriots can get 30 points against this Seahawks defense.
They can't get into a shootout.
Nobody
so they're gonna have to get in Darnold's face. Shake him early, rattle him, and have him make mistakes.
Well, I mean, and the
which
flip
is very
side,
possible.
Yeah, I mean, Darnold for the next week and a half has to sit at home and be told how amazing he is, and not let it get to him. Right? That he's, he beat his classmates, the Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and who else was in that class? Someone else.
Herbert, Tua.
There was a bunch. Yeah, I mean, he beat them all to get to the Super Bowl.
Baker,
I mean,
all of them.
It's great for his brand, right? To go back-to-back 14-win seasons, and he played a near-perfect game yesterday. I mean, he played perfect football.
Speaking of his brand, did you see that his grandfather was the Marlboro Man in the 70s?
No, I did not.
And his grandfather's name, the Marlboro Man, was Dick Hammer.
I don't know Mr. Hammer, but okay. I'm gonna. Is this a real bit?
I mean, yeah, it's a real bit, and
oh wow,
that's like this is the part of his narrative that's coming out now. His brand is changing.
I mean, I don't hate it. It's great.
I'm happy for him. Man.
Probably Marlboro guy doesn't probably fly though. Or Marlboro Man doesn't fly so much in Seattle, so maybe the wrong city for it. But yeah, I mean, good for them and good for him. I mean, he's going to the Super Bowl, man. Like Darnold has a chance to completely rewrite his story.
But the story needs to be how many top QB picks have their careers just get washed out by going to the shittiest team. Like, it's how many Jets players have ruined careers? How many Redskins QBs have, like, why couldn't Jason Campbell be the Lamar Jackson if he went to a different team?
I mean, Baker started with the Browns and eventually, he went to the Panthers, he went to the Rams, and now he's obviously found his home in Tampa.
Yeah. I mean, not everybody's as lucky as like a Jared Goff, right? That goes from the Rams to the Lions and has
finds
a good
success.
cast around him. Like, imagine like the Sam Bradfords, right? Who were like supposedly like one of the best college QBs of all time if they go to a better team. Matt Leinart in his USC days, right? If he goes to a team that actually knows how to use him. Josh Rosen go to the Cardinals.
If he doesn't go to the Cardinals, absolutely.
There's so many players.
There's a lot of guys that are cursed from the step one and then never actually find a way out of it.
The problem now is everyone is going to see the immediate return that came out of Jaden Daniels' QB class. And they're also going to see kind of what happened with Daniel Jones, kind of what happened with Sam Darnold. And they're going to look at, and they're going to be like, why is it taking us so long? And then you couple that with the Indiana coach taking a fake football program or like,
I still don't fully understand.
Historically bad football program. And after 2 seasons, win it all. Like all of these executives, all of the boards, all of the owners are going to be like, why is it taking us more than 2 seasons to put this together?
Listen, I can't fully explain anything about college football. I think the sport is broken, to be very honest. I think there are too many teams in the playoffs. There's way too much money being spent on players. The transfer portal has effectively ruined the markability of a program. Now we're basically just buying players. But for Indiana,
but that's the magic of Indiana. They didn't,
and I get it.
Money.
But can Indiana do it without a $1 billion booster, right? Like bankrolling everything that's coming along with it, and they didn't do a lot of that, admittedly, right? Like it just goes to show you catch lightning in a bottle and you win. Like that coach shouldn't be coaching Indiana next year. Do you agree with me? There's nothing to do. Like you've achieved literally the impossible.
Like he should just call it quits.
Just quit. Now. Just quit. But like
he wants to prove he can do it again.
But to what avail? Right? To what end? Right? You're not an established program where you have a never-ending recruit. This is not Alabama. Right? It's not Florida.
But the money comes when the victory comes.
Yeah, right? I mean the money's coming now. Like, sure.
You want to loop it. You look at the Nationals, right? If they got their parade and the celebration and the accolades that came after winning their title instead of COVID washing them out.
COVID killed us.
So much more money comes in all of a sudden the owner's like, hey, we can make a lot of money with this.
Yeah.
And things change, but they never saw that, and now we're a decimated franchise.
I don't understand college football either, because I thought I did, but then come to find Carson Beck hasn't taken a college course in 2 years.
Yeah,
but is still
stupid.
playing college football. And then I was listening, and the average age for the Indiana team, the players, was like 24 years old. So they have a bunch of grown men. God knows how many of them are actually enrolled in Indiana and actually taking class. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't understand the sport anymore.
Yeah, well, NCAA is probably as corrupt as FIFA when it comes to what they allow. And
well, I would actually say it's more, because you've got players that are still eligible that are beyond. But to Andy's point, they're not in class. They're not in school. They've already graduated.
Right.
So
they're full-time employees for the football team.
But like, why are you still playing college sports if you've graduated from college? This doesn't make sense, right? And I
can understand like a fifth year, if you
red shirt,
or whatever.
Yeah, 5 years, I get it, right? But even when you look at BYU now, the opposite argument that people will point to is a program like BYU, where you have two years of eligibility basically withheld because you're on mission, as the Mormons go on mission. But they regularly field teams that are like 26, 27 years average.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's a lot of those. Was it Chris Winkie who played until he was like 31 in college?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right? Like there's always these like but the transfer portal is so destructive. I mean, there's a total of 4,000 I just saw the stat, 4,200 players in Division I football. The transfer portal right now has 900 players in it.
Yeah.
So
they don't want to get paid.
But you're not learning anything, right? So like we've eliminated the college out of college sports. It's just amateur sports.
But it's just a football problem, because college basketball has the complete inverse problem, where it's one and done. You have one good season, you announce yourself eligible, you go to the NBA.
Well, and the NBA fought back against that a couple, almost a decade ago now, or decade and a half, where they said like there's no more high school transfers. Like, you cannot declare to the NBA from high school. It is like it does more damage than good.
LeBron was like the last one. One of the last ones.
I think there was a couple more years after him, but then they changed it, right? And honestly, I think they got to do the to save college basketball, and frankly to save the NBA. I think they got to mandate 2 years of college, 2 years of the same school college experience.
Well, how much better would the NBA be if it had the
players that could play
problem where you're getting a bunch of 24 to 26 year olds that have a lot of playing experience, and then they come into the NBA and they're just that much more mature in the game.
Absolutely. But the heyday of the NBA, I think if you find any I would consider myself today to be a casual NBA fan. During my prime fanatic years, players were coming out after 2 and 3 years of college basketball, right? You think to the Antoine Jameson, Vince Carter, Rasheed Wallace, like Tar Heels team. All those guys played together. And like winning a national championship was a big deal. And then you go pro in year 3 or in year 4. The Stevie Francises of the world, right, that only played 1 or 2 years were the minority, right? So that allowed the brand, the school, to have some consistency and to challenge. You don't have that right now. Everybody just transfers out.
You look at the Wizards, for example. It was like 3-4 days ago when they played the Hornets. The Wizards fielded the youngest starting 5 lineup since 1970.
Yeah.
1970. They averaged 20.5 as the age for the starting lineup. 20 years old.
Right.
You never would have had that in the 90s and the early 2000s.
No, and I would submit to you that if you took that same 20-year-old, take that same Wizards lineup and go make an all-NBA team of 35-plus-year-olds, the old heads would win.
Yeah.
And it's because basketball comes down to angles, shapes, and strategy. Like, it just does. Like,
Geometry.
Eventually your legs get tired and you just can't keep heaving threes. Like, eventually you actually have to go get a bucket. Those guys can't do it. Right? Like, the sport has deteriorated. The Wizards can. And the Wizards are doing something special right now with their roster, and I'm here for it. Like, let them keep doing what they're doing. But like, you want to fix the NBA, you got to mandate 2 years of continue. Like, you've got to raise the IQ of the basketball players that are being drafted.
Yeah, and that's also how you fix the football side of it, is you mandate it but trim it back a little and say you can only be eligible for 4 seasons.
Sure. But you can't go from you can't go from high school and you can't declare for the NFL draft as a junior, as a sophomore. Can't do it.
No. Yeah.
Right. Like you need to. I mean, I would love to see them mandate, a certain percentage of athletes must graduate from your program, or everybody's like ineligible.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's not a bad way to do it.
I mean, you can't stop somebody from getting paid at the NFL level, right? But Alabama can't compete for a national championship if the graduate rate, right, falls below 70%.
Well, because now you're dealing with when a player doesn't get to go into the transfer portal and make his money because his old school is suing him because they're like, no, we brought you here. And then all of a sudden that college is stuck in litigation while the player leaves.
Yes.
That's the loophole of the NIL.
But they're supposed to be student athletes, not athletes that are also students. So
you introduce money into it and it's no longer.
Exactly. I was going to say that money's the problem. There was this graphic I saw that showed the wide receiver from Ohio State. I don't remember his name, but he's apparently a stud right now this year, making more money than JSN, Smith and Jigba from the Seahawks. A college wide receiver making more than the best wide receiver in the game this year. That's crazy to me. It's insane. College football is broken. They need to get it under control somehow.
Well, and I mean, you add that to the fact that the highest paid public employee in pretty much every state in America is the head football coach at one of the state schools. Like, just let that sink in. Like, that is the wildest graphic I've seen like that. The highest paid public employee in pretty much every single state in the union is a head football coach at one of the state schools.
Yeah.
That's just taxpayer money.
But you can't put toothpaste back in the bottle, right? Like, it's out. You can't change it, the money aspect of it.
I agree with you. You can't change the money aspect, but you can change eligibility. You can rewire the playoffs back down to 8 teams.
Yeah.
But you also have
people like Mark Cuban, right? He goes to Mendoza and he says, "Come back for one more year, Indiana. Don't enter the draft. I will give you $39 million to play one more year." Whereas if he were to enter the draft, he's going to get maybe
50 guaranteed,
39 million over 4 years on a rookie contract.
Yep.
So why not push it, get $40 million and then claim eligibility next season, right?
Sure.
Like, how does any other school compete with that if they don't have a Mark Cuban as a booster?
Well,
you can't.
I would ask an even more basic question: is why does it matter to Indiana to be the national champion twice? Like, why do college athletics matter this much?
Because boosters have money.
No. I know. Like, forget the boosters piece. Like, why would a school care more about their football program winning than graduating students? Like, it's just a football factory at that point.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying this is a more philosophical point, but I get it.
It spits out money. Now, does that money go into getting better facilities and labs and educational resources? No, it goes into getting a bigger stadium.
Yeah, sure. If the football money was like, think about how many students could go to school debt free.
Yes.
If Cuban covered $39 million in tuition.
Yeah.
Instead of paying the football player to play 15 games. That's the problem for me. Like, we have all of these
games where it still doesn't even make sense, because you could look at a team like Tech where they're like, we don't want to play JMU.
But that's exactly my point.
Makes no sense. Like, why do you get to choose?
The whole country is drowning in student debt, and you have these boosters that are willing to pay football players to play football. Like, if the school is that important to you, right, and winning is that important to you,
taking classes,
exactly, then
right,
yeah, at least fake it. At least take basket weaving and give me some.
Well, Alabama players used to
transcript.
Was it Alabama or Auburn? They used to major in football, and that's how the coaches used to get around. Do you know about this? They used to major in football so that the coaches were teaching classes. The coaches were teaching college credit. They were getting college credit for classes called football, and they would come in and just basically watch film and
kill for that opportunity.
Yeah. I got one more topic here. I know actually you boys have been watching a lot of Caps. The what's happening with the Caps these days? What's going on here? What's the latest? I know you're upset about it, but what?
Mid-season slump.
That's it.
That is what it is. Listen, Ovi is defying the test of time yet again. I think he's 21 goals, 23 assists, something like that. Maybe 22 goals after that stupid game yesterday. But they're fifth place in the Metro. They're right in the midst of a playoff push. They're shuffling things around. They're looking for secondary scoring. They're a team that wins one, lose one, wins one, lose one, wins one, lose one. They snapped the four game losing streak to beat the Flames, and then they dropped a very exciting Oilers game like at the final minute. Like,
why was that game on at midnight? By the way, what the hell was happening?
West Coast swing hockey and basketball is the best.
It's too late. Oh,
it's not the best. I fall asleep.
The best. Well, you guys have children and you sleep early, and my night doesn't start till 10 p.m. So.
Is F1 back now?
Caps are average. I don't know. I'm not interested.
I mean, I could see on your face you really don't want to talk about the Caps. So we can talk about F1.
Because
is F1 back?
So like when you get so invested, because they're actually a pretty good franchise, like over year, and then to just see them like just choke away.
I don't know what happened to Andy. He just left us. What about?
I thought that was me that broke.
Is F1 back?
Yeah. So you're basically in preseason testing right now. So if you want to go on YouTube and see how all of the different constructors are testing their new cars, they're in preseason testing now, and it's interesting because of how much the car has changed. But you really don't really.
When do I have to care?
March is when it starts.
So we got time.
You got time. March 8th,
sadness.
I think you start in Australia.
Last topic I wanted to touch on here, unless there's something else you want to jump into, FP or Andy, is the passing of Kobe. I do want to just talk about this for a second. Like I still very much remember coming home from church that Sunday morning and being glued to the television as that entire thing just kind of played out. And, you know, growing up watching him, he is my number one. Like, he is, for me, he is top of the list, and he will be there forever. I'm not going to argue with somebody who says Jordan is better. I mean, I can't argue why I would put Kobe ahead of Jordan personally, but the league is not the same without him. The league doesn't have a Kobe. It has pieces of Kobe in guys like Russell Westbrook, who's getting ready to retire. A guy like Devin Booker, who like has some of the mannerisms and some of the gameplay. It's not all there though. Like it's not consistent. The league misses Kobe as a player, obviously, but even after he retired, it's nothing to do with his unfortunate death. I feel like we got gypped though that we didn't get to hear Kobe as an analyst. I think
Kobe.
I think he would have been an amazing analyst, and I would have been surprised if he eventually didn't actually become a coach himself. Like, he loved basketball. Like, knowing Kobe though, he may have actually wanted to go like front office and just like manage the pieces as opposed to coach the day-to-day. But I feel like as fans, we really, really didn't get a chance to see him as the commentator, as the X's and O guy, right? Sitting alongside Shaq and Chuck in studio and breaking down. Like, it sucks, but like we should have gotten that, and we never did.
Or even the whole NBA on NBC shtick where they have one interview with Jordan spread out through the entire season. If you did it, Jordan and Kobe, where they kind of give you the inside of basketball today in that medium, would have been incredible to hear or see.
Yeah.
I'll go even further. Like, bring like Back to the Future plot to your head. Like, if you could go 30 years from now, if time travel exists, if you travel back to the day Kobe died and you say, don't take the helicopter, like, the way the world has changed from that morning to now, like, it's like it all started with Kobe. Like, it all started with Kobe's passing, and then the entire universe like unraveled. Like, it almost seems like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, he will forever be missed. I mean, what he did for basketball I think you can argue that Jordan did more. You can argue that Steph did more. I mean, Steph really did actually change the game, like noticeably change how the game is played. But more players have modeled their game after Kobe than have any other player. It's just the love for Kobe runs deep, and it's this generation grew up watching him. But
I think what Kobe would have loved to see is how much impact international players are making in the NBA in star, like in star view, not like supporting cast or 6-man cast or bench cast, but like in a star player kind of way, right?
I mean, there's that famous clip of him talking, trash to Luka, right? Was he speak Slovakian or whatever language it was, Serbian, whatever. Anyway, I felt the need to just remember and memorialize this day just a little bit. It's I went back and read what we had on our social media that day today too. Like it was, you get this on this day 6 years ago. I'm like, oof, yeah, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, that was one of the. I think Sean Taylor's passing, Kobe's passing. Those are probably like the only two where I like stopped dead in my tracks and was like, I can't focus on anything.
Of famous people, of athletes,
of famous people / just impactful players to me that I've never known in my life.
Yeah. I think I want to add Michael Jackson to that list. I don't know why
Michael Jackson's a big one too. Yeah,
what he did for music. But anything else you want to talk about, FP? Sorry to end this one on a little bit of a sour note. Andy, anything from you? Anything from you, FP? What's up? Anything?
I was so close to hitting on some of my bets.
You just keep swinging, big man. Keep swinging. Just keep swinging.
Hey, listen. Money is the driving force to the Super Bowl right now.
FP put in like a 16-leg $2 million parlay.
If I can't go for it, Andy.
No, sports gambling is going to kill sports, and you're part of the problem.
Are you out on the gambling?
I've been out. I stopped gambling years ago.
Yeah, he's been out until you sit there and you ask him to help you build the parlay. Then he's 200% invested.
Yeah, but that's
not his money. 200% invested.
I mean, listen, I don't disagree with him. I think sports betting is it's like fantasy sports ruined sports in the sense that like we cheer for players and not necessarily for teams anymore. Sports betting is now just based on you're betting on odds. It has nothing to do with the teams playing, right? It's just what the algorithm says.
The first tranche of NBA players go to prison or jail for that, like.
Well, I mean, the Chauncey Billups thing is still.
It
was Chauncey. He was coach. Yes, it's still being investigated. I mean, it appears to be much larger, but I don't know how you separate scandal from sports at this point. Like it's all intertwined. There's no way around it.
It's entertainment. You just have to view it now as entertainment and not sports.
But then you shouldn't be betting on it. Like you can't bet. You can't bet on WWE for a reason, right? Can't do it.
That's why hockey's the greatest. It's the only pure sport left.
It's just like politicians shouldn't be able to invest. It's the same thing.
Oh, are you ready to hit that topic? I'm ready.
No.
I'm 100% ready.
Similarities, though.
All right, boys. Any final thoughts?
I love driving my truck in the snow.
Yeah, we could talk. Snow days stink. Snow days stink. I remember as a kid being like, oh, I could stay home and eat chips and just lay around the house. As an adult, snow sucks.
I was just telling Andy, it sucks that I have the full capability to telework and you force me into the office because you don't want me to telework. But then if the weather sucks and the office closes,
you expect it to work. Yeah, exactly.
Like, give me a snow day. I don't know.
Honestly, that's a great take. Yeah, that's a great take. Tell somebody. Tell OPM.
OPM's closed tomorrow, too.
Yeah. Did they close?
They're closed again.
Okay. I mean, this is life now, and there's another snowstorm coming in 4 days. So perfectly just in time to ruin another weekend.
It'll rain.
Well, I mean, have you been outside today?
Flamethrower.
The ice
so
is.
I can do my steps now.
That's a great idea.
I'm done shoveling. Flamethrower all the way.
I mean, I had to. Usually, I just bribe the neighborhood kids to come knock it out. They were like, I saw them playing. I was like, hey, you want to make some money? They're like, no, I'm not dealing with the ice. I mean,
that ice was brutal. It's like
it sucks.
4 inches of ice.
Yeah, it sucks. And I shoveled 3 times on Sunday. And I was still out there today. Just how do I melt this? How do I do this?
I did like 8 feet of the driveway and I stopped. I'm like, the Tesla will just go over it.
Yeah, you just got to plow through it at that point. I did have a friend though. Can I tell you a funny story real quick? I had a friend of mine who he's got a like a Wrangler and he parks it in a garage, right? And he was calling about something. And I thought he was just calling to flex about how he didn't shovel his driveway. He just drove right through it. He called me on FaceTime, which is very odd. I was like, what's going on? He's like, I have a problem. I'm like, what's the problem? He's like, I didn't shovel my driveway. I'm like, your Wrangler couldn't get out of the, what's the problem? Like, I don't understand the problem. So he flips the camera around and the snow in front of his garage and ice compacted, whatever, about 6 inches or so, give or take, right? Give or take, like 6 inches, let's say, right? There's a little bit of swell right at the entrance of the garage as he was pulling out. He only has 4 inches of clearance between the top of his Wrangler and the top of his garage door. So guess what happened? Who can do some math?
So he hit the top.
He hit the top. He hit the top of his garage and called me. I was like, hey, Dunk, you can't go forward or you destroy the rest of your car. You can't go backwards or you destroy your garage door because of the way it's hooked into your ceiling. So guess what you have to
leave
do?
It there till it melts.
You just got to leave it and let it melt. Go get a blow dryer and just melt and bring the car down just ever so much so you could pull back in your garage and shut the door and go out and shovel like a man. He was so pissed. I mean, damage, at least $1,000 of damage to the car, at least. Now it's on the hood. Maybe he doesn't fix it on the top. And then the garage door, I'm pretty sure he ripped it off its track. So I don't even think he can close it. But, this is why you pay attention to math class. You got 4 inches of clearance and you got 6 inches of snow. If it's normal snow, you're going to go through it. If it's ice like we had today, you're going up. That's not good. That's not good. And his initial gut reaction was to, in his words, give it the gas, which did not work. So there you have it.
Can we name drop?
No, I'm not going to do that. He's quite upset. He's quite upset. All right.
Keep it for the green room.
Yeah, I'll tell you as soon as we hang up. Yeah. All right. Thank you all for hanging out with us. This is episode 369. The Super Bowl is set. We'll be back next week, the last weekly show until we transition officially into OMC and the offseason that is upon us. It's been an amazing run for us this season. Thank you for hanging out with us every single week. If you're not with us on Patreon, please get over there. That's where you will find the latest drop of the Offseason Movie Club, where we cover 3 different movies. And I'm not going to spoil it here, but you're going to want to listen to this episode. Until next time, my name is Joe for FP and for Andy. Check out the show DTC wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you next week.